What feels illegal but actually isn't? Passing a police car on the highway. Asking/taking a sick day from work. Going out of a supermarket without buying anything. Hiring a babysitter for the first time. Hear me out. The first time I hired a complete stranger to watch my kids. It was so fucking weird. My daughter was 18 months at the most. And I just waved goodbye and gave someone my cell phone number and PES. So strange. Not quite this. But when my oldest was younger, I'd drop him off at daycare every morning. Every morning. He'd grab my coat and scream bloody murder like I was depositing him at Kiddie Torture Incorporated. I'd walk down the hall feeling like the worst father ever. I'd call later to check on him and he was perfectly fine the second I left. A few months of this and he began to enjoy going to daycare. They had tons of toys and his friends were there. So drop off went from him screaming to him instantly running off to play. I didn't even get a goodbye daddy. I'd have to chase him down for a goodbye kiss/hug. Then I'd leave wondering if my son cared about me at all. I honestly don't know which was worse. Turning right on red near a cop. Doing anything near a cop makes you wonder if it's illegal. As a man, walking into an all-gender restroom and seeing only women in there. Yes, my high school was kind of old and had both boys and girls bathrooms, so they decided to update it. The thing is, they only made the girls' bathrooms gender neutral, I think because of urinal stuff. But that just essentially made it a female bathroom with a different name. Especially considering the male bathroom was right next to it. Going about your everyday business when the police suddenly appear. Coughing in public. This is hilarious because lately people sort of mumble or complain about their allergies after coughing or sneezing just to make sure you don't think they have the virus, even if they weren't talking to you. Going on Disney.com without parental consent. I made a Club Penguin account without my parents' consent. Thug life. Downloading and using emulators. Drinking ALC on the Strip in Las Vegas. Even though my friends live there, I checked the laws on my phone just to make sure. Clicking on the yes I'm older than 18. Or clicking on yes I have read the terms and conditions. Googling info about breaking the law or other crimes. Just googling it makes me feel like I'm wildclusted, when all I want is hear about what went down and how they did or didn't get away with it. You hear that, FBI agent assigned to my account? I am just a curious citizen, not a person of interest. Facing backwards in an elevator. Being honest with people about wanting to go home when I'm at a friend's house. My social circle is very good about that kind of thing. We are comfortable leaving when we want, or kicking people when the hosts are done hosting. It's funny it took so long for us to get comfortable being honest like that. But everyone goes through that. Why should it be awkward? Wandering around streets and alleys you don't belong in. Microwaving food late at night. Buying ALC immediately after turning 21. Kissing the homies goodnight. Watching on for the first time. Illegal in Indonesia. Saying just looking thanks when a store assistant asks what you need. In Germany, women are allowed to go topless in the streets. Men too, by the way. Buying something from a pawn shop that is valued 10x more than they have it listed for, just because one of the employees didn't know what they were selling. Bringing your own food to the movie theater. Yelling in public. Leaving a store and not buying anything. Driving in front of a police vehicle. At the local Walmart, they restricted 1 pack of toilet paper per customer due to the COVID-19 outbreak. If you come into the store with a friend/relative, you could get more than 1 pack of toilet paper if you purchase them separately. The Walmart employees in my area don't really care about it and can't do anything about it anyways. Cause by definition, you are one customer. You gotta understand my situation though. I live in a household of 13 people, so one wasn't going to cut it. We needed at least 2. Cheating. Drinking ALC in the backseat of a car. Perfectly legal in my state. Driving without shoes on. But it feels so great. That's how I discovered my brake pedal is squishy. Women have too many shoe options that are unsafe to drive in. Flip-flops get stuck around pedals. Heels just put the foot in all kinds of weird anyways. It's just easier to pop one of them off and make it to your destination safely emo. When people don't wash their filthy hands after using toilet and then put those disgusting hands everywhere. Eating cake for breakfast. Believing in myself. Downloading movies. It's not a criminal offense. It's actually a civil offense. You can get a fine from the company/distributor or even your broadband provider. You can get sued. But you won't go to jail for downloading movies. When you visit someone's house and they offer you food/drinks and you actually take it. Drinking Gatorade before buying it and just showing the empty bottle and paying for it. But isn't that illegal? Like, until you pay for it? If you forgot your wallet or have insufficient funds on your card or whatever, it's not like you can return the Gatorade you already drank. Depends on the store. The local grocery store near me puts cup holders on the carts and a soda display as you walk in with a trash can at end of the checkout line, so you can toss it after you pay. Cracked Minecraft. Apparently Mojang never said it was illegal, just not the best way to play the game. How sexy I am. Swimming at a public beach when the weather is 50 to 60 degrees. Depends on the local laws. My town has a beach curfew during the winter, so nobody is allowed onto the beaches and into the water. It's not like it's enforced or anything, but it's a strong suggestion not to swim in the icy water. Asking your own money back. Eating a kiwi with a peel on. Walking off when a cop asks you questions. Unless they're detaining you or demanding answers, you have no legal requirement to even stay there. Paying for groceries at the pharmacy desk and then walking past the grocery cashier without saying anything. Buying booze. I look much younger than I am and always get carded. I'm so anxious when purchasing booze, and that probably doesn't help. The cashiers always give me the stink eye and examine my ID for way too long. FedEx and UPS delivery drivers driving with their doors wide open. Saying that you need to go to bathroom in the middle of a class, but actually going for a walk. Passing or going into some store at night when there are police there. Cutting a pizza into a spiral. Being 24. Smashing an 18-year-old. Making popcorn at 2 AM. Turning on the lights in the back of the car. Paying taxes. Feels like I'm paying protection money to the mob to leave me alone. Owning a firearm in France. There are a few steps you have to take, and there is no way to carry except if you are police or military, but you can absolutely legally own a firearm. You can even own an AR-15, no bump stock. Listening to songs with swears when mum's not in the room. When walking and waiting on street corner for light to change green. I like to dance while I wait. Just to some music I'm humming, no device. Same in a park. Just dance in the park to music I'm humming. Entering the Disney's OI 101 2020 sweepstakes without a parent's permission. Buying a new house and living in it for the first few weeks. Wearing a backpack in Walmart as a teenager. I just didn't shop there if I had a backpack. At a Canadian Tire, a store in Canada, as you might have guessed, they asked me to keep my backpack at the front, and I said I didn't trust them with my property. It had a laptop in it, and the store was known for the employees committing fraud on returns. The irony was lost on them. Insurance. Biggest scam going. You basically have to pay into it, but then when you finally need its benefits, the insurance companies try any and everything to not pay out. Smoking cigarettes since I live with my parents who don't know. Trust me, they know. The smell is super obvious. Going outside. Having a Zoom meeting without video on. To me, having video on feels illegal. Ditching something you don't want to buy in a random place in the store because you don't want to hike it to the other end of the store to put it back. Using a steering knob in California. Letting the salesperson assist you for whatever product and then ending up not buying it. Going downstairs at 4 AM. Putting a dirty plate in the sink while someone's washing the dishes. Taking the free samples. Using a hood in front of cops. Swimming in a swimming pool with a t-shirt on. Way overpricing products because they're hard to get. Motorcycles splitting lanes. You only think it's illegal, but it's not. All the big companies do that end up killing people, often a lot of people, and then they just go, we followed the legal regulations so it's cool. Driving naked, legal in some states, and only if your doors and windows remain closed. When shopping for groceries while hungry and you open a bag of chips you are purchasing to get a quick snack so you don't end up buying $100 of Little Debbie's. Taking a bottle of ALC to someone that is over 21. Taking a mental health day from school/work. Sitting in your car in a parking lot. Parodying another artist's music. Weird Al doesn't have to get permission, but he does out of respect anyway. Walking out of a dispensary with gummies for the first time while visiting a legal aid state. If you're enough of an introvert, existing in public. Wearing a bikini in front of your father. Tearing the label off of your mattress. It's illegal to remove it before sale, but the consumer is allowed to. Driving a Ferrari at the speed limit. U-turns. Grew up and learned to drive in NJ where they have jug handles for you and left turns. Now I'm an SC, and it's a free-for-all on all roads. Riding in the back of a pickup truck on the highway in Arizona. Not tipping the server.